Now, I've been coaching college for 7 years. Right? This guy, 6'3", 310, he's probably the fastest, most athletic guy that I've seen. Okay, so he's got a bright future. He's from Dooley County. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let it go. He's number 52, biggest guy on the screen there. All right, let's go ahead and let it roll here. All right, there he is. He'll sling quarterbacks. Okay, he likes to grab them and sling it. So there he is again. You know, he plays in the other team's backfield. Okay, there he is on the running back. So your guys are really going to like him, all right? Rodney Garner, I'm just going to brag on Rodney real quick. Rodney Garner had a relationship with him, okay? And I think they started recruiting him when he was like a sophomore or junior. And, of course, obviously he was at Georgia. This was a guy that everybody in the country recruited. And it came down to last weekend, and he came on an official visit. And he told us before he left that he was coming to Auburn. So that was a very exciting time for us. I really think he's got a great chance to be a very good player, and he's a really good person. So I think you guys will really appreciate him. All right, Elijah Daniel. Now, this is a defensive end. We talked about we need people to rush the passer, especially since Corey Lemonier went to the draft early. This is a guy that we got on kind of late, but Coach Garner had a relationship with him before. He was committed to Ole Miss and came on an official visit the last weekend. Okay, similar situation. Now, he is right here on this end, and he can really get off the football. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to kind of show you the up and under. He's down here at the bottom with a point, and he's got the up and under move. This is something that comes natural to him, and he comes back underneath, and he's able to finish. A lot of guys can get there, but they can't finish. So this guy can really push some pressure, and he's got a chance also to play early. And I'm going to brag a little bit on Carl Lawson. This is a guy that number 2 player in the country, and in his defense, he did not know anybody on the new staff, okay, because Coach Garner, they didn't recruit him at Georgia because they run a 3-4. And so he hung in there with us, okay. This guy loves Auburn, and his family loves Auburn. He gave us time as a staff to develop a relationship with him, and he could have went anywhere in the country. And so I really give him a lot of credit for keeping our defensive staff, our defensive group together. And so I really feel like he'll have a great chance to be a special player. All right, now, I put a couple other clips in there for him. Now, he's down here on the bottom. Look how quick he gets off the football. He is so explosive, defeats 2 blocks, and he finishes. He played the Under Armour game, and Tom Luganville's a buddy of mine, and he said this guy practices every single day like it's a game. And you talk about finishing, this guy can finish. There he comes underneath now. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and now look this. He defeats 4 blocks, okay? Not 1, not 2, 3, but 4 blocks. Let's watch him. 1, 2, 3. Here comes another 4, and he sacks him. I like that. All right, one more. Now watch this poor offensive lineman here. This is almost child abuse right here. Watch that poor guy. He goes from back to the boat. How about that? All right, now let's transition. Now, those 3 guys will all have a chance to play immediately. And we really feel like those guys are talented enough to do that. All right, inside linebacker. All right, we got a junior college player. And we felt like we needed somebody immediately that could come in and give us some depth, okay? Kenny Flowers, 6'2", 230. All right, and he's originally from Georgia, okay? So he knows a lot about Auburn. He's playing middle linebacker. He's right in the middle. He's going to go to your left. Watch the way this guy finishes. Comes through, doesn't finish, okay? And so, yep, there we go. That's pretty good right there. Okay, now he is up top. Now he's by the hash. So I kind of wanted to put in there that not only inside linebacker, he can play outside. He's versatile now. So watch him cover the pass. A little option route comes out, throw it, and he can finish. And the great thing is, like I said, he'll have a chance to give us some depth immediately at inside linebacker. Okay? All right, next one, Cameron Tony. Now, once again, Cameron, he hung in there with us, was committed defensively, first got there. Now, it says 6'2", 215. He is 6'2", 245 already. Wow. Okay, so he's still growing. All right, now this is a guy right here that's got a lot of athleticism. He's standing up down here at the bottom, comes back on a naked, and then tackles the quarterback. Makes him make a bad throw. All right, now he's backed off a little bit off the line of scrimmage, and you can see him defeat a block. And that's very important. There's a lot of guys can tackle, but he defeats a block and then finishes. Okay, he is a great kid too. I think you guys will really enjoy him. All right, now, defensive backs. Okay, we signed 4 defensive backs. Really specifically safety. We felt like that was a need that we had to address here, okay? The very first one is McEnroe Alexander, 6'1", 185. Now, he's kind of a safety. He can play corner, but we're thinking more safety early. Now, he is actually playing inside linebacker up top. That's what I like. So watch him up top. He's to the left. He drops back and watch him finish. He will go through people. He's very aggressive. He's very quick on his feet. Now, he's inside linebacker again. Comes back, finishes the tackle. Anytime you finish the tackle and you see guys wrap up and put them backwards, that's a good thing. Kahari Harding. How about that's a football name, isn't it? Kahari Harding. All right. Now this is a guy that I was familiar with in Oklahoma. All right. He is 6'1", 205. He's from Edmond, Santa Fe. This guy right here, I feel like, is the most vicious hitter in the whole land as far as the safety position. So let's go ahead and watch. So he's going to come into the picture. Watch him here in just a second. He's up top. Watch him finish. That's good stuff right there. He's a finisher. Okay, so there's one. All right, now he's in practice. I just kind of put this in there for entertainment. Okay, this is in practice. In practice, a lot of people don't want to hit. They want to go through the motions. Watch this. All right, throw it out there to him. All right, y'all see it late? Up top. Watch this. Here he comes. That's good right there. That's in practice. Okay, so he likes it. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, now, okay, he's coming in the picture again. All right, this is real impressive because a lot of safeties can tackle, in space, but watch him find the seam and come through there. Now, he'll slow it down there. We're pointing at him. Now, that's big time right there. So this guy right here, I'm very excited about him. I promise you the physical part, he's got that figured out. Okay, so Coach Cheese will just have to get him lined up right, and that'll be good. Now, Brandon King. This is a JC guy that we had our eye on for a long time. He's actually from the state of Alabama, and he's kind of the same way. Now, this film's not as good. He's playing high safety right there, but he is a really good tackler, too. Watch him square the guy up, pick him up, and finish. He's a physical type guy, and he's got a lot of strength. Okay, so that's a good finish. I know it looks like a bunch of ants up there right now, but I'm going to get it where it's a little bit closer in just a minute. Now, watch him run the alley. Okay, and then finish through. Now, once again, they're going backwards on that. Okay, now this is a little bit better here. Okay, a little closer. So he's going to make a play out in space. That's the hardest for safeties. And there he's finishing. And you see his eyes up. He doesn't duck his head. He's got his eyes up. He's wrapping up. He's going to see what he's hitting. And I think that's very important right there. And there he comes again, making a tackle. So safeties need to tackle. That's a big factor because safeties are usually the guys that the offensive guys can't block. Okay, the next one's Cameron Melton. Now this is a corner. This is a true corner in the class. He's been committed a while. He hung in there with us again. Him and his family love Auburn. Okay, now we're going to show you his versatility. He's a punt returner too. So corners, punt returners, they go hand in hand together. I want to show his athleticism. You can see he's got very good hips right there. Like I said, a great family, good kid. He hung in there with us, and really think he's got a chance to be one of those long, special corners. He's got a lot of length in his arms. He's a taller type kid. He's got good instincts. He's right down here at the bottom, and watch him break on the ball. And what I like at this play, he's got courage. A lot of guys are going to go in there and just dive with their feet right there. Watch him read it. He'll finish it. Now, that's good. That's good stuff right there. Doesn't just dive with his feet. He tries to run through him. He has his eyes up, and that's rare. Okay, so that's our defense. So we feel very good about our defense, and we feel like, go ahead and clap. I'm Everybody kind of pictures me as an offensive guy. I like bigger memory. Okay, we got that great defense. And I'll tell this story. I was at Arkansas in 2006 and came over. And in my mind, when I went away from Auburn that day, I was thinking Auburn, great defense. Because it got louder on a big defensive play in that stadium than it did an offensive play. And so my mindset, when Coach Chisholm gave me a chance to come back, you score some points, you got a chance to win the whole thing. And then we were fortunate enough to do that in 2010. So I want you to know I'm very committed to getting our defense back to where it should be. And our defensive staff is definitely geared up for that. Okay, I'll let this thing run here. All right, I got to show you this. Okay, this is Jeremy Johnson. Okay, so Jeremy Johnson, quarterback. All right, this is a guy that hung in there with us too. Now, me and Coach Lashley, you know, he came to our camp when he was in 9th grade. I think I offered him when he was either 9th or 10th grade. He was a guy that you just knew he had the it factor. I mean, he has a live arm. He can throw any throw. He's one of those great competitors. He's a very good athlete, too. So he's rolling his right here. And I'm going to say this about quarterbacks. You cannot teach a quarterback the deep ball. If you have to say, hey, put more air underneath or put left, they either got it or they don't on the deep ball. He's got it. And so he's a natural deep ball thrower. He loves to set back in the pocket, and he can make just all the throws. That's a very quick release right there. And that's what you look for in a quarterback, too. Can they get the ball in their hands? Because in our league, they got these big monsters that are coming after the guys, and they better get rid of it. All right, now, put this in there for the run. Okay? All right? All right, that's pretty quick right there. Does that remind y'all of anybody?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I like that. That's good. Okay, all right, Nick Marshall. Now, this guy is a big-time athlete, okay? Big-time athlete. I believe he started at Georgia as a freshman at corner and punt return. He can throw it 75 yards, and so he's got a lot of ability. So he will also be competing for the quarterback position. There he is. So I put a couple running clips in there. He's a glider, and he just makes it look easy. He's very strong, and he's very mature. So, he's got the running figured out. Now, I put this in there just to show you how live his arm is. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw an out route to the left side. Stand up tall, and he just flicks it. Quarterbacks that have real strong arms, they just flick it. They don't have to wind up and all that. He just gets out of his hands. That's a very impressive film or play when you're breaking it down from a quarterback coaching standpoint. Now, all right, this next one right here. All right, now watch how far he throws this one. This is very important, too. All right, he turns it loose. He probably throws it well over 65 yards and he gets it in stride. Okay? So he's got a very strong arm. Now, Jason Smith. I'm very excited about Jason Smith. And he is a playmaker, too. And we're gonna make sure these three guys will all compete for the quarterback position along with the two guys that we had. Now, this is a guy that I've had a relationship I've known a lot about for a long time. He's rolling to his left. And watch him. He keeps the play alive. And in this league, you have to have a quarterback that can keep plays alive because about half the time, protection is going to break down. And he just makes that look pretty easy right there. Just drops back. Sometimes the best play call, okay, get this, is tell everybody to go deep and take off running. Okay? Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Call that play. All right, there he is right there. So making it easy. Everybody go deep, let him take off. All right, now he can throw it too. Okay, so let's watch him. Drops back. This is a very good throw over the shoulder, puts air underneath it, lets him run underneath. So we're very excited about our quarterbacks. Okay, now wide receivers. Well, I told you this is a big need right here coming in to get some depth. Coach Damian Craig really recruited each one of these guys. And like I said earlier, he was very motivated. Now, Marcus Davis, 5'10", 165. He was a quarterback in high school. This is a guy that everybody got on probably the last 2 weeks. We were fighting Florida. We were fighting Arkansas, Florida State, a lot of really good teams. But we've had great success with former quarterbacks in high school playing wide receiver. Darvin Adams, Cody Burns, guys like that. So watch this. He's got some missability. And the guys that play the video game, they say it's a B button. Okay? He's got the B button. And you watch his film, if it was a flag, it'd be hard to grab his flag. Okay? So he's got some really special ability, and he can run. And he's kind of a glider, too. And he is going to play like an inside receiver for us to do some things, get the ball to him in space on that. All right, here he is again, dropping back, just showing his run ability. Just try to get the ball in space. He's got some natural instincts. He's got very good hands, too. And Coach Damian Craig did a very good job recruiting him. Okay, last one here. I want to show you this last one. I used to play in the quarterback position, understand the game, and he shows speed, splitting them through. That's a pretty good league, too. He plays against some good opponents down in South Florida. Okay, Ernest Robinson. Ernest Robinson's the guy that we offered sophomore in our camp. This is a big guy. He's a big physical guy that you can get the ball out too quick, and he's tough to tackle. Okay, so I'll show you. And he's a guy that hung in there with us, too. throwing a little spot screen out here, and watch him finish, just running through tackles, and he's got some speed too. And the guys that hung in there with us, I really appreciate them. They loved Auburn, and I told those guys that they were a big key to our success. Watch him right here, little corner right here, just runs through it. That's a lot of strength right there. So we get the ball to him in space, and he's got a chance. Now, Tony Stevens, this is a guy. He is it says 6'3", 175. He's about 6'4" and a half, and he's probably around 205 pounds. This is a guy that really, since I was at Auburn for 3 years, I don't think we've had a guy this tall that can run this way. I think he's going to be a very tough matchup program.